Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making an old-fashioned soda bread. This is a crusty but moist, delicious bread that goes from mixing bowl to oven in a matter of minutes. This is one of my favorite bread recipes because first of all, it doesn't use yeast. Second, there's no kneading involved. And third, and most importantly, it's absolutely delicious. This is, I don't know, centuries old, and it has always been a favorite of mine. You can make it savory or sweet, and I'm making the savory version today because I am serving it with some vegetable beef soup. Now it starts with 4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to keep my flour close because I'm going to need just a little bit more when I shape this bread into a ball. Now I'm just going to whisk this and break up any lumps that might be in there. And next I'm adding some sugar. You can make this a savory bread. An Irish soda bread is super popular, and that's adding raisins or currants, dates, nuts, and a little bit more sugar. But this, like I said, is going to be a savory bread, but I'm still adding 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm adding a half of a teaspoon of kosher salt. Now, for what makes this bread rise, I'm using a tablespoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda. We're using buttermilk in this recipe, and the baking powder, soda, and buttermilk cause this bread to rise beautifully. Now I'm just going to whisk this in just to get it all nice and mixed together. You don't have to sift it. Like I said, this is one of the easiest recipes you'll ever make. Now I'm adding a whole stick of butter. You can add softened butter to this, and you can stir it and get it pea-sized pieces, but I'll show you an easier way, and it takes all the guesswork out of it. I have my grater, and I am just going to take this cold butter and I'm going to grate it right into this flour mixture. There we go. Butter is done. I love using my grater when I'm making biscuits or any time that I need to add butter and get it to blend with the flour. Like I said, it just takes all the guesswork out of it, and it's so much easier in my opinion. Now I do want to go ahead and get this butter all throughout my flour. Break up any big pieces that you see that might be clumped together, and this looks good. Now comes the egg and the buttermilk. I've got 1 large egg. I'm going to put this in first just to check that egg and make sure it's all good, and a cup of buttermilk. Buttermilk just seems to make everything a little bit better. Now I'm going to break up this egg, just get that yolk broken, and now I'm going to make a well right in the center of my flour, and in this goes. Didn't break up that egg as much as I thought I did. Now I'm just going to stir it together until it forms a dough. There we go. See how crackly it is? That is exactly what we're looking for. Now I've cleaned and I've sanitized my countertop. Your countertop is the best thing you'll find to make bread. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on here, and I'm going to turn this dough right on to my flour. Now, I said there's no kneading involved, but we do have to put it together. And I'm just going to take this and press it together. Look at this. This is exactly what we're looking for. Now there's still some cracks, and that's perfectly fine. You push this aside. This was what didn't stick to my dough. Now I'm going to go wash these hands, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. Now, you can bake this on a cookie sheet. No problem at all. But I'm going to cook this in my cast iron skillet. I've just got a really shallow cast iron skillet, and I've put some parchment paper down here. I haven't sprayed it with anything. And this is going right in the center. This is a really dense bread, and because of that, I'm going to cut an X right in the center. That way, the center gets cooked without overcooking the outside of the bread. And I'm cutting maybe a 1/2 inch. Now, last, I have just a little bit of buttermilk, maybe about a tablespoon, and I'm going to brush this bread with the buttermilk. This will not only help it turn a beautiful golden brown, but it will also give it more flavor. There we go. It's already looking good, y'all. Now this is going to go into a preheated 375-degree oven, and this is going to cook anywhere from 45 to 55 minutes. I'm going to check it after 30 with a toothpick. Once your toothpick comes out clean, it's done. See you back here in a bit. Look at this beautiful loaf of bread. The kitchen smells so good. I've got our vegetable beef soup ready to go. I let this cook for about 50 minutes, and it's still really, really warm. You don't want to cut into a loaf of bread right when it comes out of the oven. Like I always say, you want it to relax a little bit. And so this has been sitting for maybe 10 minutes, and let's cut into this. Where should I cut? Cut this right here. Oh, look at this. It smells so good. I personally love the ends. I love the crunchy of the outside and the moist and tender inside. Now, let's see how I did. This is so, so good. And I know it's going to be good with this vegetable soup. Let me just dip. This is such a great recipe. Doesn't take a lot of time mixing the ingredients. Most all of your time is in the oven, which is my favorite thing. It is definitely a winner. You're a blessing. Thanks so much for watching me today. Will you press that like button? Subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends. I appreciate it so, so much. Well, it is dinner time at the Phillips house, so I've got everything ready. I'm about to go feed that sweet man of mine. I'll see you next time.